Test.
All right. We in here. So we got a we got a boss in the city, man. He the big man. This man here, hey, he can stand there and let it burn down or keep it from burning down. We got none other than Chief Moon.
Appreciate you having me.
So I got to do yours a little different.
All right.
Usually I don't do this, but I got a club Shay, you know. So we got Cory Moon, the fire chief of the city of Birmingham. He leads the largest fire department in the state of Alabama. You got 700 personnel, 32 fire districts, 70,000. He's responded to over. I mean, the fire department has responded to over 70,000 emergency incidents, and we have 197 citizens. You went from EMT to the fire chief, right? Okay, stop me when I'm wrong. He has served the department as a firefighter, EMT lieutenant, a captain, a battalion chief, and now is the fire chief. He's the board member for the American Heart Association. He has an Associate of Science degree, concentration with a concentration in fire science, Bachelor of Science degree with a concentration in fire science, Master of Science degree. Chief Moon has received 62 fire service certifications. So what I did was, I was like, man, you assigned the first woman in history of the Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service to the training division. Assigned the first woman in history to the Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service to the safety division. Man, the list goes on and on and on. I just try to and you conducted weekly department-wide meetings in all levels for the first time in history. You purchased 3 million half-mask respirators for all frontline personnel. You created and implemented a UAS drone program. You started sharing annual incident reports with the public to highlight and educate the public about the number of incidents that the Birmingham Fire and Rescue responds to. So I'm just going through, this is just stuff I just highlighted. It's pages and pages of stuff. Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service became the first department in the state of Alabama to be able to teach paramedic in-house. Became the first department in the state of Alabama to be able to provide whole blood products to trauma patients. I went down further, advocated to the what's the PBJ?
Jefferson County Personnel Board.
Okay. To create a hiring register for kids. Now that's why I highlight just certain things. A hiring register for kids who complete the high school fire science program and get 160 or volunteer firefighter certification. This allows them to bypass the firefighter entry exam. A lot of people don't know that. Advocated for the
board, PBJC, Jefferson County
Personnel Board, to create a year-round sign-up process for people who are interested in becoming firefighters. Advocated for PBJC to create a hiring register for people who already have firefighter certification. This allows them to bypass the firefighter entry exam. It's so much more, but those were a lot of important things that I just wanted to touch on. I know he's going to touch on a lot of stuff, but I had to touch on those things. I was like, wow, these are the things that you advocated for. These are the things that you implemented, especially, making some of the women the first, at certain things. But it was just all your credentials. That's what really got me when I looked at it. I was like, wow, this man here. Hey man, you got to be the smartest fire chief in the heck. I did a little too much there. So we got that out of the way. We're gonna let him talk. But I want to know what area of town you grew up in.
I grew up in Five Points West area.
Okay.
So I went to the West End High School.
Oh, I mean,
proud graduate of
everybody can't. Well, I mean that ain't your fault, but you know, I mean, I almost shed a tear when West End was closed down. But so you went to West End.
West End.
What college did you go to?
I went to Lawson State.
Okay.
With the Miles College.
Okay, you coming on back? All right.
Yeah. Proud to have all Miles is one of my alma maters. I went to Columbia Southern. That's where I got my master's degree from.
Okay.
I'm a proud product of the city.
So I went to Lawson. I had a wonderful time. I was playing up there. I met a lot of people, and I had a lot of good times at Miles College. Shout out to Miles. My cousin Bobby Knight is the president at Miles College, by the way. Shout out to Bobby Knight. Shout out to you for becoming an AKA Bobby Knight. So now, Columbia University. Columbia Southern University, and then after that you became a firefighter.
So I became a firefighter in 2001.
Okay.
I've been a firefighter for 23 years, going on 24 years. So March 26th. Okay. 2001, the greatest recruit class in the history of Birmingham Fire and Rescue.
Okay. Your voice deep, so you might have to speak a little bit into that.
I got you.
So you said that was the greatest class.
Greatest class.
I know a lot of firefighters. And I really shout out to our fire and rescue service, man. They go hard, and I'm getting ready to start it back, but I have a back to school event that I do, and I always have a fire department out there.
Okay.
Because I want children to see that this isn't the only time that you can see the fire department just coming to rescue your family or coming to keep a building from burning down, a house from burning down. It's some good people, and you can be a good person too. So the fire department will come and they will give away. They will have hats, fire hats, and coloring books and stuff like that. And I would have book bags, and they would give away the book bags. So I really appreciate them, and they would like let them take pictures. And they would have balloons hanging from the fire. Yeah, so I had a health fair one time at my barbershop, and I had like a little class, and the fire department came and set everything up. One of my clients set everything up. Chief Martis.
Chief Martis, another good person.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that's important to me personally. Like growing up in the city of Birmingham and working for the department that I grew up loving. Like I want kids to be able to see somebody that came from where they came from, look how they look, be successful. I want them to be able to see that that's something that they can do. I don't want it to always be they see us in the emergency setting. So those kind of initiatives are something that's important to me personally. So we'll always be there to support and be a part of those kind of initiatives because that's important to me personally. Right. So I appreciate and applaud you for always doing it.
I love
it.
Needed. I don't want it to change that. So I didn't think about it until after you was talking. This shirt I got on, Reverend Fred Shuttlesworth. So back in the days, the fire department got a bad rap.
Right.
And I think now, the fire department, man, has really, really over the years has reinvented itself, and we got some good people on our fire department now. That's making. I love when our firemen and firewomen when they make rank and go back to school and move up in rank. I think that's a great thing, and I really want to shout out to you, man. When I saw you really at the awards event, man, I was really impressed. Clean cut, how smooth you were. I was like, man, I said, okay, that's why I came over to you, like I did, but and you was real receptive, you was real nice, so I appreciate that, because, sometimes people be like in their own space, and
the stuff that you just said, like, I'm consciously aware of that, like, where the fire department was and who Birmingham Fire Rescue represented in the 1960s. Like, that's something that I consciously think about.
Right.
Like I kind of wear that on my sleeve to make sure that we never repeat or go back to those days. That's why it's important to me to see kids from the community become firefighters and get the same opportunity that I got. Like I couldn't exist in the 1960s.
Right.
Like I owe like the people that came before me, like Leslie Garner, the first African American firefighter in the history of Birmingham Fire and Rescue, 1968.
Right.
Like if it weren't for people like him, like I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting today. So I owe it to him and the people that came before me to make sure that we're represented in this organization going forward. Like,
I really wish people could. I wish they would Google you, Google your bio, because man, I just read a smidget off of what he's done. But tell us why you implemented a lot of this stuff. I know you've seen a lot of stuff that needed to be done. But why did you implement a lot of stuff?
that's a good question. Like so a lot of the stuff that I implemented over the last 4 years and some change, a lot of it is things that I saw when I became a firefighter. Things that I said to myself, if I ever got in a position of power, like I would change or implement these things. And a lot of it is things that our personnel wanted to see too. We just never had anybody to advocate for it and make those changes. So when I became fire chief, I wrote out basically about a 50-point plan of things that I wanted to see done in the short term and long term. Now I couldn't accomplish any of this stuff by myself, right? Like I have a good team of people around me and a good support system, and luckily for me, the mayor's office and the city council have supported everything that we've asked for. But long story short, I drew up a plan, all the things that I saw that were issues, that were serious issues that needed to be fixed. And I just put pen to paper and drew out a plan and just started checking all those things off. And at the end of the first 4 years, like we completed 48 of the 50 things that I saw that were issues, plus a lot more. So at that point, we drafted a community-based strategic plan as the next, to see what the next 4 to 5 years look like. So really, I just wanted to identify the things that I saw as problems, and I wanted to address those. I just wanted to walk them down one by one, just to make the lives of the citizens that we serve. Like all this is rooted in, I want us to be the best fire department in the country for the citizens that we serve, and I also want us to be the best fire department for the people that work here. So that's what it all comes down to. Like I want us to be the best.
I saw where you implemented for new trucks.
Yeah.
I can't name all the parts of the trucks, but just different new stuff that's on there. I saw where you advocated for money, and I mean, and like you just said, you just left Washington advocating for new stuff. You know, that all that right there counts. I mean, because see, you could have got in there and just once you got in there, well, I done made it now. But I see like this. You said you want me to see your bio? I said, yeah. Man, when I was looking over here, I was like, man, this ain't no bio, that's a Bible. I was like, man, this was good. I mean, just sitting there reading it, you know, this was good. So, I mean, wow. Said most captains promoted at one time in history.
Correct.
Most lieutenants promoted at one time in history. Man, I mean, when you see stuff like this is somebody who I feel like has paid attention, who has listened to his peers in the fire department, who has really like took time out to really see, okay, if I promote them, where's the money coming from to pay them? If I buy this, where's the money? So you got to go out and find the money too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that means you've been following the money to know where the money's going and where it's coming from.
And so there's a lot of strategy and a lot of planning that goes into all those things that you saw that we've accomplished. Like it took time,
right.
And there's a lot of approvals and like there's a lot of hard work to get from point A to point B when it comes to getting these major things accomplished. Like you just talked about, one of the things I'm super proud of. I just got back from Washington D.C. a few days ago, advocating, speaking to Congress about the Access to AED Act and the HARTS Act, where we're trying to make sure that all public spaces, schools, like they have CPR training, and access to AEDs. Like you mentioned that I'm a member of the American Heart Association as a board member. And there's over 300,000 out of hospital cardiac arrests throughout the country every single year. There's 23,000 kids that go through cardiac arrest every single year. And the thing that, like, I see people die every single day, and a lot of these deaths don't have to happen. One of the things that is a point that I want to, before I leave my post, like I want to see smoke detectors in every household. One of the other things I want to see is at least one person in every house that knows how to do CPR. Because what happens is people think they rely on us to respond when we call 911, right? But we rely on the citizens before we get there. Like if somebody has a heart attack and goes into cardiac arrest, we need you to perform CPR before we get there. Because every minute that goes by when somebody's not performing CPR, the chance of survival reduces 10% every minute that goes by. But when somebody does CPR and attaches an AED, like the chance of survival can increase threefold. Like it can almost triple. Automatic defibrillator.
Okay.
Yeah, so that you put that on, do CPR, those things can save people's lives.
So you went to Washington to advocate to get them in like the schools and stuff like that? Or?
I went to advocate for them to create a funding source for people to be able to get the training, pay for the AEDs, and have cardiac emergency response plans in all these schools and all these public spaces. So I was advocating for money from Congress.
So not just schools, like public spaces, libraries,
recreation centers.
Yeah.
So Alabama actually passed their version of this act, the John Wesley Rogers Act. It was named after a 9-year-old kid who died from cardiac arrest. And his death didn't have to happen. Like a lot of these deaths don't have to happen, but all it takes is people to get that training, and like people don't have the confidence. Most of the time they're fearful because they don't know how to do CPR. They don't know how to use an AED. We want to remove their fear by being able to provide training and make sure they have access to AEDs. Like that's why we're doing hands-on CPR training at Birmingham Fire Rescue for free for any citizen that wants it. Like we want to make sure everybody has the tools to be able to perform CPR when the time comes. Like, so a lot of this stuff,
that's something that need to be pushed out.
Yeah, it's serious. It's serious. It's serious to me.
And I'm glad you said something too, because we did the back to school event for 8 years.
Yeah.
That was something that we had there too. We had smoke detectors, and we gave away a lot of smoke. And I got them through Chief Martis, and we gave away a lot of smoke detectors, like hundreds of them. Like every time we would do, we would give away those smoke detectors, and people appreciate them.
Yeah, that's something that's being super personal to me. Like
a smoke detector really,
it can save your life. It can save your life. Because people don't realize, like, if a fire happens, especially while you're asleep, like, you can't hear.
You can die from smoke inhalation. Yeah, I almost did it on the day before Mother's Day.
Yeah, and it happens more times than people realize.
Christmas. I was cooking in Christmas the black eyed peas. Man, all of a sudden that smoke detector went off. And Mother's Day, I was so tired of cooking my collard green. Smoke detector, you know what I'm saying? So
you're right. Every day of the week.
But some people don't have smoke detectors, especially elderly people.
Yep. And that's where we fill in the gap. Let all of our citizens know, like we have free smoke detectors for any citizen of Birmingham. We will even come install them. Like we don't just give them out.
Oh, okay.
We will install them for you for free.
Okay.
All you have to do is say the word. Like we even go out to the community. Like on Saturdays, we'll go out in the community and set up shop in a particular space, and just anybody that wants one, we'll come take care of it. But any day of the week, anybody that wants a smoke detector, go to any Birmingham Fire Rescue Fire Station, tell them that Chief Moon said I need a working smoke detector, and our personnel will personally go out and install it.
See that right there too, that's good, because it keeps people from just getting one just to get one.
Right.
Now it's just sitting there.
Right.
You know, and they saying I wish I would have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was an issue that we used to run into when we were just giving them out. People would get them, but they wouldn't install them. So now we don't give them out anymore. We tell you, you come to us, tell us what your address, and we'll come out and install it for you. You don't have to.
That's something.
We take away all the guesswork. We do all the work for you.
So you listen. I need y'all to put this out. You can get a smoke detector installed by a firefighter in your home, all you gotta do is go in and tell them that you need a smoke detector.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. Free of charge.
No charge. Just tell them Chief Moon said I need working smoke detector. That's all you gotta do.
Man, I'm gonna tell you how simple it is.
Yeah.
And this was personal to me.
Yeah.
So we was feeding the homeless on Christmas Day, and they like, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for this, right? I said, man, let me explain something to y'all. I said, man, it's just this simple. I'm in the same situation y'all in, just 1 week ahead. It only takes missing one paycheck, and you get behind.
Facts.
I said, but check this out. This how simple. I told one of my clients did. This how simple it is to lose it all overnight. All it takes is for one, that smoke detector not being in the house.
Yep.
2, your insurance has lapsed.
Yep.
3, both your cars in the garage, and you done lost everything.
Lost everything.
Just
in
like
the blink of an eye.
So
I see
I ain't no better than nobody else that's out on the street. You know what I'm saying? So me, you, nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It just can happen like that. You know what I'm saying?
It happens that easily, and a lot of the fires that we see come from you talked about it.
Yeah.
People cooking and falling asleep, and you can lose everything that you own in that instance, and you can also lose your life.
You remember Twin Gates apartments?
I do.
I remember Twin Gates. Some of it had caught on fire, so the fire department went around and did a check. Only 2 people had renter's insurance. Only 2 people, and I forgot the number of people that didn't have smoke detectors. And most people so lazy when you change the battery in the smoke detector. So when you on the phone or all you get beep, beep. Hey, you gonna change that battery? What?
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
But those are the kind of that's the prevention effort that we want to see in the city of Birmingham. Like those type of fires and the fire fatalities, like that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to happen. Like I've seen so many people die unnecessarily throughout my career.
Right.
And all we have to do is install working smoke detectors, and we can eliminate that. Like we have a goal of 0 fire fatalities per year. Like that. Like we don't have to have fire fatalities like that. It's just
man, personal for me again.
Yeah.
I feel like all them fires getting started out west ain't started by no by those lightning strikes.
Well, each incident is different.
Yeah, I know.
Some of them happen cooking. Some of them
in Hawaii.
sick,
in Hawaii didn't have to have them. We ain't talk about that. Yeah. One more program that you want to see started.
Oh man, there's so much stuff that I want to see in my lifetime. There's a lot more. Like we've done a lot, but there's so much more that I want to see. Like you talked a little bit about the programs and the stuff that we're doing for kids. We started our own paramedic school. First fire department in the state of Alabama to be able to do it. Right now, it's for people that we hire and that currently work for us. We're still doing proof of concept. We just started our first cohort, first class in February. They should be graduating September or October. But over the next couple of years, I want to open that up to the community, like kids in the community. Like everything that we're doing, we're building, like created that pipeline for kids. Now they can bypass the Jeff Scanner Personnel Board entry exam if they go through the fire science program. We want to be able to provide a paramedic training for free. So we want to take all the financial burden away from these kids so they can have a good education, start from high school, come through our program. I give them a $10,000 bonus if they go through that paramedic program, give them points toward promotion, and they starting off with a good career. Starting off like we raised the salaries for our personnel over the last couple of years. As a kid coming from high school, coming into a job, making $50,000 right off the bat, if you get your paramedic license, starting off making $55,000 starting off. When I started 23 years ago, starting salary was $26,000.
Man.
So as somebody that comes from this community to be able to have, going to paramedic school isn't cheap. So for us to be able to take that burden away for these kids and give them, basically pay them their salary, pay them a $10,000 bonus, get them free school and points to a promotion. Like that's a win.
It's life changing.
It's life changing.
Yeah.
Fire department changed my life. So I want to be able to provide that same opportunity for the kids in the community that come from where I come from. So
just know to all my clients, I will be going to paramedic school so I can make me some money, or either y'all can start tipping more or something like that.
And again, that's just the starting salary. Like,
Yeah.
if you never get promoted as a firefighter or a firefighter paramedic, you can make $100,000. If you never get promoted, but starting off at $55,000, like that's game changing for a lot of these kids. Especially when they don't have any options or they don't really know what they want to do. They want to have a career with good benefits and a good salary. Like you can make a good life being a Birmingham Fire and Rescue firefighter. Like I'm proof. This career is taking me all over the country. So, I just want to be able to provide that opportunity for other people.
Well, look, I know you got a lot to do and you took our time to come here. So I don't want to waste no more of your time, but I really want to tell you I thank you, man. Congratulations. I'm proud of you, man. And I'm proud of the things you've done. I know you're going to do even more things, you know. Whoever come behind you have some big shoes to fill. But look, man, shout out to Cory Moon, man, and all he's done. As always, I like you. Please like me, like and share. He's approachable, very nice man. If you see him, you don't talk to him. Get your smoke detectors put in your house. Please get your smoke detectors put in. They're free, and they will be installed for free. You know, if you are a young man, a young lady, get in the fire program, the paramedic program, and become a firefighter. Make you some money, do something with yourself, get a good career. As always, we thank you, and we give a shout out to our sponsors, Green Acres Chicken Downtown, Green Acres Chicken Inslee, Partners Tires, and Yo Chef Surf and Turkey. Go get the Birkin bag, get the lamb chops. Thank you as always. Thank you to the Birmingham Fire Department for always keeping us safe. And we out.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
No question. That was fun, man.
Get a chance, man. Bring us some of them